Very good morning and welcome to yet another Disney vlog here on Theme Park Worldwide. Today we're here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, probably the park here at Walt Disney World that's undergoing the most change at the moment. There's all sorts happening from over at the car park, from the entrance to the park. Of course you've got the Skyliner construction going on, a new bus terminal. You've got the newly opened Toy Story Land just behind me, but more about that in a moment. You've also got the construction going on of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in the middle of the park where a great movie ride was, and of course right at the back, probably one of the most anticipated projects ever from Disney, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, that will be opening at some point towards the end of next year. But yes, welcome to Hollywood Studios. Me and Alex here today for our first ever visit to come and see Toy Story Land. Looks like we've got a bit of entertainment coming out of the gate just here. That is the magic of Disney. 1 minute you're on a quiet path, and the next minute you got the Green Army men coming past on the drums. I love Disney. Let's follow them in and go discover this brand new area for the first time. Wow. So my first experience with a Toy Story themed area was of course Toy Story Playland in Walt Disney Studios at Disneyland Paris, and as we can see here, quite a similar design in terms of everything is designed to make it look like you're in Andy's backyard, from the huge planting at the side, all the different toys, even like the Connects as the railing around the sides. And of course we got Woody here who says various different things at the entrance, a really good photo opportunity here at the entrance to the land. Two brand new attractions in this area. Of course, we've got Slinky Dog Dash, the roller coaster that we can see in front of us, actually manufactured by the German company Mack Rides, one of our favourites, and it looks absolutely stunning. I must say the track colour is great, and with it being a Disney ride, it is really heavily themed. Oh, and here she comes, or should I say here he comes, Slinky. I believe we hear some sound effects. Wow. Of course, I'm not expecting a very intense, fast roller coaster, but just an overall family experience. And this area itself is stunning. Along with Slinky Dog Dash, you've also got a new entrance just here. Where's Jessie? You've also got a new entrance to Toy Story Mania. Used to be known as Toy Story Midway Mania. Hey, Woody! But now it's just Toy Story Mania. Obviously the entrance used to be on the other side in the Pixar Studios area. Woody's Lunchbox, new food outlet there and facilities. And then of course a bit further back, Alien Swirling Saucers, another new attraction. Wow, another Slinky game round. Really good throughputs on that. I'm pretty sure it runs 4 trains. This area looks great. Obviously you've got Andy's footprints down here in the floor as well. It's all the little details like that. Morning! First impressions?
Very, very nice. I really, really like the area.
Photos don't do it justice, do they?
They don't. Never do. Never ever do.
And Slinky looks absolutely gorgeous.
It's running really quick. It's a 90-minute standby line at the moment.
90 minutes, so that's reasonable.
And it's actually outside of the main queue line. We've actually set up temporary barriers this morning, but it's not going to stop us riding, is it? You know?
No, well, I was expecting that. Like, it's a brand new Disney attraction, a few months old. Like, you know, you're going to be waiting.
Jesse, just casually walking down the army soldiers.
It's crazy, yeah, really nice. Obviously, you've got these lights that go over here. Wow, another train. God, the throughput on that thing. Obviously these lights here, again, something we see at Disneyland Paris, and also the version of Toy Story Land in Hong Kong Disney as well. I'm actually wearing my Hong Kong shirt today. But yeah, this looks really nice. Can't wait to have a good explore around the area. And of course, we'll get to see some of the construction taking place on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Let's get up to the queue line for Slinky, and we'll see you in there.
Slinky Dog Dash. I'm Slinky Dog. Now, for your safety, we're going to stay seated. Let's go.
Here we are then. We're seated in row 9, the back row, for our first ever ride on Slinky. Here we are. So obviously you've got this bar. I'm not too keen on that actually in front of you on this one. It does restrict the view a little bit. I'm thinking if you're a kid and you're down here, you've got this bar over, but obviously it does need to be there for Slinky for it to fit, doesn't it? But obviously with Disney bags on, like just down the floor, or you can use the pocket there. Really like, look at the lap bar, really nice. Here we go. It's actually quite snappy. Double down. Hey, I like that. There's so much decor around the ride, like there's stuff everywhere to see. Uh-oh, what's happening? We're going backwards. Only one thing. Supercharge! Star Wars! Oh my god!
So much to talk about.
And Bunny Hill 1, Bunny Hill 2, and Bunny Hill 3.
That is a really fun ride.
And now our most anticipated part, Wheezy! That's a nice animatronic. Really nicely positioned as well, because obviously you're going to be waiting here just for the offload to be clear down the bottom. I tell you what, it's good to see that they've got plenty of spare track just over there ready and waiting to go. They might need it, who knows? There's a Mack ride, yeah, spare track on standby. Joking aside, but anyway, that was very enjoyable. As expected, a family coaster, if not for very junior people. I've been on quite a few quite intense family coasters, and I thought this would be more towards that scale. I've been a bit more of a bigger end family coaster. It's not. It's a very, in some places, quite a bland roller coaster experience. Like the theme in itself around the ride is gorgeous, and that's what it is. It's an experience. You stand here now and look all the way around you, and the area is stunning, it really is. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I very much enjoyed it. I've come off being a little bit disappointed with the coaster, but like I'd say the experience itself is a lot better than I was expecting in terms of the area. Videos don't do it justice. This vlog you're watching now won't do this area justice. You know, you only get to see that little bit on your screen. What I'm looking at now is the full 360, so it's one of those, isn't it? But yeah, in terms of the coaster itself, maybe you've got some little kids who don't really like roller coasters in your family, and we're coming out here to Walt Disney World, and we're a bit scared to maybe give this one a go, with it being quite a big roller coaster when you look at it. Honestly, this ride is one of the most forceless family roller coasters that I've done, and that doesn't make it a bad ride. We're just saying it out there for anyone who might be a little bit scared. You know, there's not much force on it at all. But yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a nice ride. I'm certainly not disappointed with the area, and most importantly, it's what this park needed. A roller coaster, another roller coaster with capacity, and it looks gorgeous. I mean, look at this view over here, like, this is amazing to look at. I am glad that they went with Mack rides, because it does look really good. However, I do feel like sticking with Vekoma would have provided a little bit more of an intense ride experience, but maybe that's what Walt Disney Imagineering didn't want. There's got to be a reason why they went with Mack rides for this one. They have gone with Mack for things before, but yeah, like, it was just an enjoyable ride. For me, it's the theming and the experience of the area that make it. I do think this will be an even more enjoyable night coaster than a day coaster, especially because of the lights built into the track. If you look just down there, obviously you can see you've got the LEDs built in, so I think it'll look nice. But yeah, Alex, back row, Slinky.
I don't completely disagree, but I feel personally, for me, for a junior coaster, which is what I'm going to refer to it as, not a family coaster, a junior coaster.
Yeah, I think it is a junior coaster.
It's the best junior coaster I've ever done. I really, really like it. I think it's, again, an experience. I think the experience of 360 of it is fantastic. The areas to go with it is wonderful. But I actually really, really enjoyed that coaster. Whether, I don't know, we just felt differently about that, maybe so, but, you know, I actually think it was a really enjoyable ride. And, you know, the thing is with Walt Disney World, there's a lot of rides that even people who don't ride rides that just hold the bags can't do. And I feel like this coaster can literally be enjoyed, like you said, by anyone, you know, of any age. I think
big or
really,
small, don't be scared of this one.
I just think it's a really, really good ride, to be honest. I think the ride and the area are on par with each other, in my opinion. But, you know, I enjoyed it. It's good fun.
The launches were actually quite snappy, especially the second one. But for me, it's like that theming around it. The second one, where you launch through all the arches and stuff, is great. What I said in the station when we first got on about having the ring in front of you, that didn't actually make that much difference around the ride. When we were in the station, I thought it would. When we were going round, it certainly didn't. I think for me, I was expecting to get the same thrills as what I get on Big Thunder Mountain, which is another family coaster. However, compared to this, Big Thunder Mountain looks like Shambhala, if you know what I mean. Like, whereas with BTM, you get some really good forces. You actually feel it when you go around the helixes. Whereas on this, it's just like a little, you know, a little gentle ride round with a beautiful animatronic at the end. Don't get me wrong, it's a good addition to the park, but I wouldn't want to wait 90 minutes for it. For that, I'd probably wait 20 to 30 minutes for it. But don't get me wrong, it's a nice ride with some really nice features. But of course, we've got alien swirling saucers, which is just next to it, that I'm really looking forward to. Words to describe that ride: very good fun and an immersive experience. Up next then is a 30-minute wait for alien swirling saucers. Not too bad actually, I have seen this on some quite busy queues. And it's this flat ride in the building just here to the right of us. Very similar to Mater's Junkyard Jamboree in Cars Land at Disney California Adventure. Absolutely love that. This looks really fun. Another one that looks like it'll be really good at night as well. So we'll have to see this area in the dark at some point. Alex has found a little seat over there, look. I do like all this theming around here. Like I say, the area itself looks a lot better than what I was expecting. Just all the finishing touches in the areas are really, really good. Decimal. But yeah, I like this station build. Again, I think this will look really good in the dark. I feel like this area would look even nicer with all the lighting on. But we'll see when we get a bit further down the queue and get on alien swirling saucers. Here we are then, all loaded in on alien swirling saucers. Really thought about the capacity on this one. So obviously you've got a whole ride system here and also all over there as well. And here we go. No lap bar on this one, just a seat belt over the two seats. Here we go. Whee! I really like these rides because they're like a toned down version of the skid.
Toned down, you know, right?
bright footage there from Alien Swirling Saucers. Really enjoyed that. Went in there exactly as I was expecting it to be, and yeah, come off it, and yeah, it was really good attraction, good fun ride. Obviously with Disney and their flat rides, they do run them on quite short cycles, but that's the same at every Disney park in the world. You normally get about a minute on this type of ride, and yeah, really good fun ride. I feel like at night that will be even better. There's a lot of lighting all in the ceiling and everything, and I've seen POVs what people have done on that at night, and it looks great. So I'd like to do that, and of course see this whole area at night. So I think it'd be absolutely awesome. You enjoy it, Alex?
I did, yeah. It's a really fun ride. As you say, exactly what we expected, which is good. It's still very good. It's a good family attraction. Solid. I really like it.
Yeah, maybe we might get it in the Walt Disney Studios expansion. It was on the concept art for Paris. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Obviously it's going to be opening next year here in Hollywood Studios, and also slightly sooner at the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California. That one will be opening first in summer 2019, and this one is set for the fall. There's no dates or months or anything yet, but we can say that construction has really progressed. I think that when I was here nearly 2 years ago, there was pretty much none of this, and look at it now. Like you can't even tell that the streets of America were all around here, and the backlot tram tour, it really is very different. Now obviously we can't go really too far over there to the fence because of obviously I can't film over the fence in Disney parks, so we thought we'll stand a bit further back here where you can just see how it's going to look when you turn this corner. Of course you're going to come around here from Woody's lunchbox and past the restrooms on the left, and you're going to be greeted by the sight line of all them mountains over in the backdrop. I think that is going to be absolutely beautiful. I think it's going to be a similar feeling to if you've been to Disney California Adventure and walk into Cars Land. Also when you go to Tokyo Disney Sea, and of course see Prometheus and the backdrop. I think that's going to be absolutely stunning when it's complete. And obviously the ride systems themselves, yes, we know quite a bit of information now on the ride systems, but there's still so much to discover with Star Wars Land. As you know now, if you've watched the videos for a while, or maybe you don't know if you're new to the channel, I'm not a huge fan of IP based stuff. Star Wars isn't one of my favourites, but neither is Harry Potter, and I absolutely love the Wisdom World down at, can I say it round here? Down at Universal. I have to whisper it round it, I don't have to whisper it. That is one of my favourites for the immersion. I feel like Star Wars is going to take what they did with Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade and take it up to another level. I'm expecting that to be one of the most immersive and impressive theme park areas in the world, and it's got loads of #rock work as well, so you never know, we might be able to see a little bit more. We're going to head round. Of course there's another new area for you to see in this park down towards Star Tours, so we'll head round there at some point and have a little look and see if we can see more of the at the backdrop. But yeah, that was a really good fun ride. Overall I'm impressed with Toy Story Land. Like I say, the area itself looks and feels even better than what I was expecting. Slinky as a coaster, not quite as good as what I was expecting with the forces and the speed of it, and Swirling Saucers exactly on par. So overall I'd say that the areas exceeded my expectations from walking around it. Like the sight lines are really good, and the fact that all these trees were only planted, what, 5 or 6 months ago, a couple of months before the area opened back in June, and look at the sight lines already. Like you look out that way, it's gorgeous. Obviously we are in Andy's backyard and he's playing with all his toys, and we can just see the edge over there of Andy's backyard, because there's the fence look into next door's garden. The little things like that.
We're going to the back next door's house though, because Sid lives there. And
Sid does live there, yeah, and we don't like Sid. But yeah, the sight lines here, really thought about. And Slinky's very impressive to look at off-ride. Obviously the other attraction here is Midway Mania. Just over on the right, or is it now Toy Story Mania? Like, I'm not a fan of the name change. I feel like it should have stayed at Midway Mania first.
Midway Mania.
So yeah, I don't know, are we going to
make it any plainer?
Toy Story Mania, it's one of those that Disney haven't really confirmed or denied, but they've changed the signage, so it's one of those, isn't it? But yeah, I do think this looks a lot better. If you remember, I used to walk into Pixar Studios on the other side, and the entrance to Midway Mania was there. But obviously now they've brought it on this side of the show building, and that at the fence just up there is that Alex just moved to the right a second. You can just see the fence at the top there. That's the top of the show building, so they've even covered that up and put some fence on there.
You mentioned Disney changing things without people knowing.
Oh, I know, yeah, they've never done that before, have they? Never done.
Could you imagine we go over to the top now and it's Guardians?
Oh no, don't joke about that one.
Sorry. Lots of people just spat the tea out at home.
You got to have a good laugh. So yeah, this is a nice little area around here. Obviously you got Jesse and Woody over there. And there's the entrance to Toy Story Mania.
Oh, that's right, yeah, you're right.
Come on, boys.
Obviously the ride itself hasn't really changed. Disney obviously planned things in advance quite a lot. That's an hour, so we'll probably give that a miss for now. But yeah, it's like Disney planned things in advance. They built another track for that a few years ago, ready in advance for when Toy Story Land was ready. But yeah, overall, really impressed. There's Buzz Lightyear down there as well. And yeah, like you look back on this and it's a stunning area with a couple of really enjoyable rides. Like I say with Slinky, it's one of those, it's a
Bebop Worldwide.
Hey, Bebop Worldwide, how you doing? It's a coaster what's designed for kids. Like there's a lot of people out there that come to Disney parks because they don't really like roller coasters. And that's a ride that if you don't like roller coasters, you'll be absolutely fine on it. Like I say, it's so forceless, but it's just an enjoyable ride going through all the theming.
Did you set that up a minute ago? That was just very, very good. That was good.
Crazy that was, wasn't it? Anyway, we're going to have a little walk around the rest of the park. Of course, go and see any other changes. This park's a developing one, probably more than any other Disney park at the moment. So we've nipped into One Man's Dream just to have a look at the changes in here since we last come. And obviously here you can see that we've got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which has been advertised, and we can see like the Imagineers working hard on the concept. We're still not sure exactly what this is going to entail, but we know that it's going to be some new technology in here.
And it's going to take us around the world.
Yeah, like this does look very interesting, doesn't it?
I mean, this is like, you know, in Asia, but quite clearly. We've got France with the Eiffel Tower in the background. It looks like we're going to have a bit of a train ride around the world.
Inspired by the Mickey Mouse shorts, obviously you can see here work taking place. Like, is that the ride system, or is that going to move alongside the ride system? Obviously we've seen images of Goofy in this as well, like on front of like a train, so who knows what's going to happen.
We don't even know what ride system it's using. Like, we don't even know if it's following the Great Movie Ride layout or what. We've got no
idea. Like, and obviously with it all being the show buildings obviously going to be staying the same from what we know. Work inside is well underway now, so hopefully it won't be too long until we start to see more about this. I am gutted though to have lost the Great Movie Ride, but we're going to walk past that in a second actually, so we'll have a look at the Chinese theatre and see what changes we've got. And of course Galaxy's Edge as well, you can see we've got a model just over there. But of course we've got this main one. It's not the whole area, but just of a section of it, just to give you an idea of the scale. So obviously you can see the people down the bottom there and just how big these show buildings are going to be. A combination of shops, restaurants, the attractions, and I assume there's going to be a lot of interactive stuff in this area as well. And it looks great, doesn't it?
I mean, hopefully it's going to be a bit bigger.
I hope so, yeah, just standing there, put your head in there, just fit in it like. And obviously the big concept art at the back over there. Obviously we're actually yet to see Pandora, the world of Avatar, over in Animal Kingdom. And I look forward to seeing that, because it's a very similar idea, isn't it? Except obviously the mountains are floating in Pandora, with these they're just towering high at the back of the park. And I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful walking into this area.
One thing I read online the other day that I thought was really interesting, people saying now Disney are trying a lot of drone technology.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see with obviously spaceships and fighter pilots and things in these films, what they can do with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And the possibilities really, I'd say, are endless.
Millennium Falcon there as well. Obviously there's going to be a life-size Millennium Falcon that it's going to be raised up and you'll be able to walk under it, and I don't know, maybe you'll be able to go in it. I'm really not too sure on that. Like I say,
it's not made of Lego.
It's not made of Lego. We used to Lego ones back home, but yeah, I really can't wait for it. Like I say, I'm not a huge Star Wars fanboy, but I can't wait to see the area. And I think for any Star Wars fans out there, you've got to come out here and see this, or of course go to Disneyland in California, which will open a couple of months earlier. Anyway, we're going to have a walk past the Great Movie Ride and the Chinese Theatre, see if we've got any changes there. Maybe there's construction walls, and have a look at Grand Avenue, another new area that we've not actually seen. So much change even in 2 years since I was last at this park.
Don't say change and look at that ride, please.
Here we are then outside what was once one of my favourite attractions here at the park, the Great Movie Ride. Of course, the iconic Chinese Theatre from Hollywood, right here in the park. I really hope the exterior of this doesn't change too much, and I don't think it will do, because it forms part of this whole boulevard down to the entrance of the park. But as we can see at the moment, we are imagineering something new. Here we are. Please visit the other attractions, which is quite interesting. And obviously we can see here the facade still intact, no changes to the facade. Obviously they are still running the nighttime show on here for Star Wars, and at Christmas they're running the projection show as well. So I don't think we're going to see too much change to the outside. Of course, I'm not in the know, I could be wrong, but I'm really hoping that anyway. But of course with this attraction, like Alex said when we were just in there, like we really don't know much about it at the moment. Hopefully they keep all this sort of stuff. I don't know if they will do with the floor in here. They might need extra queue line, but hopefully at least this iconic facade will stay. And I'm sure we'll find out more on it soon.
Well, I don't know if I should give her.
Here we are then at Grand Avenue. So this is new compared to when I was last here at the park. Obviously these facades just here of all the buildings, all from the former streets of America. There used to be a huge area of the park that went all the way back where Galaxy's Edge and also where Toy Story Land is now. But with this here, the main reason for keeping these facades is so they've opened this footpath up just here. You've got to think millions of people from next year are going to be coming down to Star Wars, and you've got to think all these paths have been opened up down here, so it's nice, easy access straight down to the entrance to Galaxy's Edge at the bottom. They've also built the berm, which is basically a Disney term for like building like the hills and stuff around, so you don't see out. Obviously they built a berm at the bottom here. You'll go through the gateway at the bottom, underneath the berm, and you'll arrive in the area. It's designed so you don't really see what's behind there until you go through the archway, and also vice versa as well. The good thing with this is actually it's really quite original. I like all the little touches on the windows over here. Some nice little stuff what they've done actually. As much as it's not an attraction here, it's just nice that they've kept this little feel actually. I really like it.
How nice is the first floor of your house?
I haven't got one.
Yeah, you have. I've heard it's
A grand loft.
grand loft. Yeah, great for Christmas decor.
But at least they have kept this little bit of the streets of America, which I do appreciate. Some really nice windows here as well.
I like Star Wars.
There we have arrived at the berm, and look at that, it's crazy, isn't it?
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge.
Go for a ride on the Falcon.
Yeah, crazy thing that the streets just went on here, and since then over the past few years they built this berm, planted all the trees on top, and it is going to be impressive because you're going to walk through that gate at the end of next year straight into Star Wars, and you're going to be amazed at what you see in front of you. It really is going to look fantastic. Of course it's already a popular attraction here, people having photos with the sign, and they'll be able to look back, like that kid in the photo will be able to look back in years to come when that area's been open for 10 years and say that he stood there and had a photo before the area opened. Nice things to do that, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. It really is the little things in Disney parks that make the difference, and this cast member just here has just made this Mickey face on the floor here using some water and his brush. So clever how it's done, and look how perfect that is. Small little things like that what really make the Disney parks. I've actually just gone to see Muppet Vision 3D over in the theatre over there. No point in really filming that one inside there with it being a 3D show. But it's nice because it combines like a lot of other effects and theming around there, which makes a very enjoyable show actually. I do like that one. And next up we're heading up towards Star Wars. Just really chilled out today, having a nice chill around the park. That's the good thing about this trip. Both me and Alex have done everything at Walt Disney World before, so it's more about going around and seeing updates on things. And like I say, if we don't cover something in these vlogs, we've done many different vlogs from Walt Disney World over the years, so make sure you check them out. We'll see you when we come off Star Tours. Another one that's a screen-based attraction, it's a motion simulator. So again, not much point in really taking the camera on board that one. We'll see you when we come off. Allá está, mira, en fondo.
Get back to work before they deactivate you. Yes, I'm beautiful. And hurry up, they'll be needing this transport any moment now. There, I really sorry you
Please, watch your language. There are dumplings here.
So we just had an awesome ride there on Star Tours The Adventures Continue. Really enjoyed that attraction. Like I say, a few years ago when it all got updated from the original Star Tours, I was really happy because I wasn't a massive Star Tours fan before. I really feel like the fact you wear the 3D glasses now, it's so unpredictable because of all the different endings that it's got. I just really enjoy that attraction and feel like that Disney have really improved it over the past few years. I know that Star Tours was a very well loved attraction anyway, but me personally, it wasn't one of my favourites compared to other Disney attractions. Of course, a couple of years ago, Star Tours at Disneyland Paris also got the update, and it's made it one of my favourite Disney attractions actually. I really like it, and also the fact it's so unpredictable. Of course, having a really nice day so far here at Hollywood Studios, a park that is very much undergoing many different changes at the moment, but something that I'll always love is of course the main entrance area to the park. All the buildings, all the details around here, it really is gorgeous, and there's lots of different street theatre along here as well. And I think just going around here to the left hand side, you got some of the residents of Hollywood that are out doing their street theatre, and it really is fantastic. Not too busy in here today actually. Of course, we're just gone 3 o'clock now, and yeah, it's the middle point of the day. Park's open till just after 8 tonight, and yeah, like it's not too busy actually. We're going to make our way down towards Rock and Roller Coaster, and of course the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Let's just go and have a little look at this street theatre just up here.
So it's kind of like a typewriter hooked up to a television with a waffle iron thrown in, all right? This time we'll start with Montgomery Dash. Remember, folks, cheer and scream if you like the joke. Don't make any noise if you don't.
All right. 99 computers walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Get up, computers. We don't serve computers in here." And they say, "Bartender, we didn't come in here to drink. No, we just came in to use the bathroom. We got to pee, see?" Somebody go!
New favourite joke. That was good.
Oh, we found the line of the crowd. There it is. All right. Sunny Burbank.
It really is one of the most impressive views ever in a theme park. A beautiful facade with one of the best dark rides ever created in a theme park. I absolutely love this. It's currently got a 40-minute standby queue. We have got a fast pass for later on, but we're going to also queue up now because we want to do it twice today. One of the best attractions in the world. We absolutely love it. Of course, there's various different versions, but this one always remains my favourite. The original, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Let's go. There's nothing quite like standing down here in the queue waiting for the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror and seeing the doors open and hearing the screams. And anytime you ride this for your first ever time, it really does build up that anticipation, all the mist coming out of the trees, hearing the screams at the top.
I really don't think this hotel's really safe to be staying in, do you?
No.
Of all the hotels we could have chosen in Central Orlando, you picked this one.
But the good thing is, every time I have stayed here, I've always made it out. So I don't mind giving it another go.
Couldn't today be the day that you don't?
TripAdvisor says don't stay here.
Okay.
Booking.com, they're saying like, you know, it's all right.
What about Trivago?
Who?
Dr. Trivago.
Trivago.
Yeah, I'm nervous because I've now done every top since I last rode this.
Yes.
And this is still my favourite. So.
It is still the best. It's still the best.
As much as Tokyo has a beautiful theme, it's a ride that lets it down. This is incomparable.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about that a lot in our Tokyo Disney Sea vlog, but as much as we both preferred the storyline and the theming, the ride itself really let it down, didn't it? Oh, it's so nice though. Ah,
Trying to hit you.
Ah,
But I missed.
it's nice. Right, we'll see when we get round into the lobby. There's just so many details and little hidden gems in here that I love, and the architecture of it. Every time I see it.
We need to get more staff in and check in. It's not good enough.
Oh, I know, yeah. Every time I come, that main reception desk over there seems to be closed. Don't know why.
Is there someone?
You know what? We'll probably end up in the service elevator again at this rate.
Oh, I don't, mate. The repairs just not
Every
sorted.
time,
How long's it been? 113 years?
Oh, I know.
You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone. recognize is a maintenance service elevator, still in operation, waiting for you.
I really just can't quite believe it. We've come out of the library and we've been told yet again that the main elevator is broke and we're in the service elevator. Can't quite believe it, but compared to the other version, the service elevators load a little bit differently here. You don't have the option of going upstairs in this one. Everything loads on the ground level, but the atmosphere down here in the boiler room is somewhat very unique and even darker than the other version. So we'll see you when we step.
It's not like Disney. It's not like Disney to not get something working after this long. I mean, first the Yeti, now the lift.
Door is opening once again, and this time it's opening for you.
Great there to get back on the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. I absolutely love this original version of the ride, and as much as the others around the world are all fantastic, tell that same story, this one here with that extra section where you move forward and the doors open and you're into that world, it really is a special experience, and it just takes it to another level for me. I absolutely love this attraction, and of course even when you come off the ride and you come here through the gift shop, you've got this huge area, so much space indoors, it's full of little details that's really nice, and that's what that ride is really all about, all the little details on it all come together to create a really nice and enjoyable experience. All versions of that ride around the world are special, and I'll be absolutely gutted for us to lose any more. I enjoyed the one in California. In my opinion, out of all of them, it was definitely the weakest. But like I say, it was still a special ride. But I'm pretty sure this is not going to be going anywhere. Guardians of the Galaxy is going to Epcot. We saw that in the vlog. And I don't think this ride's going to be going anywhere anytime soon. It's not going to go anywhere. I don't really know where Alex has gone. So I'm just going to go and find him now, see where he is.
I only made one reference. One reference is all I made about Guardians of the Galaxy. And here I am.
Where is he?
Alex.
Alex. I don't know where he is. Don't know. Here he is. Where have you been? I've been looking for you, Alex. I was looking for you.
Oh, sorry, I was getting some milk in the CVS. I think it's CVS anyway, I'm not quite sure. Can't quite read the sign.
Well, the room was nice. How was yours?
I've had better. There's always better Wi-Fi.
How was your ride on Tower of Terror?
I didn't go on. It was great. I was on the 13th floor, which made it even more atmospheric.
Oh, really nice view.
I think if I'd been on the 12th or 11th, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed the ride as much as I always do.
I tell you what, you did get a really good view of up there. If you looked in the distance, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Like, it looks amazing from up there.
You get like 2 seconds for your eyes to adjust.
Yeah, like, it's crazy. But it's a brilliant version of the ride, isn't it? Really good. Anyway, how about some backstage passes?
Have you got some?
I have, yeah. This way to the party. Follow me. Let's go. I do love the facade of Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith here at Hollywood Studios. Oh, nearly got tricked up then by a kid. Yeah, that huge guitar, what then turns into roller coaster track. I do really like it. Oh my God, stand by 70 minutes. Luckily there is a single rider line on this one. I can't see a time on it, but not normally too bad single rider. God, 70 minutes, that's a long wait time for Rock and Roller Coaster, wow.
Don't worry, it doesn't matter. We got backstage passes, we can go through the line.
Hey, we wish. Well, it's going to have a tour with G-Force Records.
Wait a minute, I love that idea. How about some backstage passes? Yeah, come on. Make it happen. Give us some of that.
Okay, I'll make it happen. Now get out of here. I hate all of you.
See ya. Have a nice ride.
Exit to your right. We'll see you next tour.
So we waited about 20 minutes or so for Rock and Roller Coaster, starring Aerosmith in the single rider line. I do think that 70 minutes was a bit over-exaggerated because the main queue looked like it was moving really quick.
If I'd have known how it was going to ride, I wouldn't have waited 5 for it. It was quite uncomfortably rough and a bit of a mind shaker. Oh, like me in the back of that thing right there.
That was really rough. I've mentioned before that that's a rough ride, but oh my God, like that was getting to the unbearable level, which is unheard of for a Disney ride, really.
It plays with your head, and I thought when I came on, I'm just going to sit down for a minute and have a breather. Then you came up and said you literally felt the same thing the whole time. You came up to me before I even had a chance to say it and goes, "Oh, it's so rough," and I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, like that was unbearable, that was. Obviously it's a Vekoma roller coaster, getting on a bit now, and even the ride itself, you know my thoughts on it. I do prefer the version at Disneyland Paris for the theming, but yeah, that was pretty much unbearable, that was. Like, I couldn't quite believe it, to be honest. You felt the train just shaking like from left to right, but yeah, I'll have a little look around the merchandise shop.
Do you feel like your head's on fire?
Yeah, like my head feels like it's on fire after that, it was crazy. But no, on a all serious note, that feels like it's either coming to the end of its life or it needs a major change, like a major refurbishment, a complete retrack, a bit like what Universal did with Hulk at Islands of Adventure. I know I can't keep saying it, it feels like it needs a complete retrack, but yeah, I don't think I'll be going on that again this trip, to be honest. That was really quite uncomfortable.
I think we need to rename it Rough and Roller Coaster, to be honest.
Oh, that's quite a good one, that. All the bad jokes he makes, I quite like that one, Rough and Roller Coaster. Get that trending, hashtag Rough and Roller Coaster. I really feel like these caps here and also the t-shirts at the bottom are correct. I conquered. You're right, right, that is now.
My song. Rock and roller was really rough. It was really painful. Do not ride this roller coaster. If you want a neck or back complaint, you are gonna ride the rock and roller coaster. It is painful. Alex is singing this song and now he feels really shameful.
That was good. I thought you were going to get paracetamol in there or something, you know. And he walked off. It's a well-themed shop though. Oh, you're right.
Stitch is in the wrong mood today.
Oh, say hello to Kirsty behind you. Up there, look, Kirsty. Hey. See you there.
I thought that was just my sister Avery.
Yeah, hello there. some highlights there from the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. One of my favourite shows actually here at Walt Disney World. Really good fun show with lots of different effects, lots of stuff going on, and especially the way the sets are designed for that one. Of course, the fact that it all moves on trucks out to the side. Obviously, you've got the plane at the end, all the fire effects. I really enjoy that show. And of course, as you can hear behind me, Slinky's still launching people. It's just gone 7 o'clock, and we thought we'd come for a little sunset look around the new Toy Story Land. This area is absolutely gorgeous, and as I mentioned earlier on in the vlog, I really feel like it's going to come alive at night. And as much as it's not pitch black yet, the sun is going down and all the lights are on around the area. And just behind me here on the second launch, it looks really quite nice with all the lights flashing in the track. And like I say, there's all LEDs built into the track in certain sections as well, so it'll look amazing. But at some point, we'll definitely come and have a ride on it in the dark. But yeah, did you enjoy the show?
I know what you were saying because the coaster was going that loud, but I agree they should fix the Yeti. Yeah, Indiana Jones was absolutely great as always. It's a fantastic ride. It's absolutely great with all the stunts. Great family atmosphere. And Toy Story Land, Slinky at night time looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely wonderful. Look at it. Look at it go. Oh, what a beauty. And it's great.
Now, obviously, we've not had a chance to do Toy Story Midway Mania today. Sorry, Toy Story Mania. But we will definitely do it at some point. It's so hard to get used to that. We'll definitely do it at some point in this trip. Like I say, stay tuned for another video here from Toy Story Land, walk through and all the changes here. But we're coming towards the end of the day, and we have got a fast pass booked for tonight's performance of Fantasmic. We absolutely love that show here at Theme Park Worldwide. We've seen all the different versions of it around the world, and we love them all for their own reasons. So we'll see you soon over at the Hollywood Hills Amphitheatre for tonight's performance of Fantasmic. Really excited to see it, and as always, I'll share some highlights for you here in the vlog.
I agree, it is lovely and sunny. I think that's what he said.
No, I didn't.
Here we go.
Perfect. Enjoy the show. You've got it. Perfect.
Thank you.
Choose your own Walt Disney World theme park.
Someday my prince will come. Oh, no, none of that. It's better than the dabbing though, isn't it? Better than the dabbing. No! Here we go, it wouldn't be a show in a Fantasmic without someone getting a Mexican wave going. Here we go. Here it comes. Hey. Send it back. We'll get this way again. Here we go.
E agora prepare-se, porque vamos nos
waiting for it every time.
Enquanto ele evoca espetáculo.
Need to send it back this way though, really.
Terror.
Fantastic. 3, 2, 1. The slow one, right? We'll see you after the show. It's time for Fantasmic.
Welcome to Fantasmic. Tonight, our friend and host Mickey Mouse uses his vivid imagination to create magical imagery for all to enjoy. Dream a fantastic dream.
just seen there a few minutes of highlights from Fantasmic. You know what the magical thing is about Disney? You come out of one show and there's something else going on behind you. This is the Star Wars fireworks. I have filmed this before in previous vlogs, so if you do want to see that and don't just want to see a little bit of it through me and Alex's head, then make sure you check it out. But yes, Fantasmic. What did you think to it?
I love Fantasmic. It's one of my favourite all-time shows at any theme park in the world. I mean, for me, the Florida version is kind of the older version now, because California was. Wait for it. Finale firework comments.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
That's a very nice
shot. Yeah, look at that.
Thank you.
And everybody comes running for the bus, and we're going to walk.
We're going to walk a little bit.
Keep in front of the crowd.
So, yeah, Fantasmic's one of those shows that I can watch any park, anywhere, anytime, and I'll love it no matter what it is. With the soundtrack, the emotion of that show is fantastic.
Oh, it is emotional.
Phenomenal. It is the weakest of the three now for me, but then that is because it's the oldest, I guess, and it does have, you know, a lot to live up to, but I don't see any reason why that show can't get the upgrades like California's got, or maybe some technology like Tokyo, which, you know, is the newest version of Fantasmic.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, completely agree. And obviously, along with that, we've seen lots of stuff here today. We've not done everything in the park, like I say, but if you do want to see some other bits, then make sure you check out our previous vlogs. So many different vlogs and other videos, complete experiences, POVs, walkthroughs at different attractions here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. A very changing park. And of course, we've seen part of them changes today with visiting Toy Story Land.
I can't see any reason why shows like Fantasmic will ever need to leave this part. I mean, if they're building the Skyliner right outside here, they're changing and transforming their whole entrance just to put something new in when they've got a big space like Fantasmic. I don't see any reason that's going to go anywhere anytime soon. It's a firm favourite, and everybody who's in there clapping, cheering, wolf whistling, Mexican waving. Sorry, just the wave.
It's back on Fantasmic now. I'm on Toy Story Land.
I know, but I was just going to say, with all this space that they're using, you think if they were going to do anything, they'd take out old attractions. All right, thanks. I'll go.
Right, so yes, Toy Story Land. Like, I really like the two new attractions. Like, I really feel like Alien Swirling Saucers is a really nice high-capacity ride for them. Of course, their Mac Double Launch Coaster. That's a really nice addition that I'm really glad that they've put in. Of course, I'm a little bit disappointed that it's not ridiculously like forceful. I was expecting a little bit more force than what there is. But don't get me wrong, it's still a very enjoyable ride what they've put in. It's a well-themed ride, and the area looks gorgeous around there as well. And of course, I'll be doing a full complete experience walkthrough and so much more. And yeah, like I was just going to wrap up on after that, like Alex was saying, the development out here, of course, Skyliner off to the left. The bus park used to be right here as soon as you come out. Now it's like half a mile over that way.
Yeah, Toy Story Land is absolutely sorry.
You know, so it's like, it's crazy, isn't it? I was just going to wait until we were passing the Skyliner because I thought we can show you it as we go past.
I'm an amateur.
It'll be fantastic when it's
never been
done.
on camera before, I'm a bit shy.
Obviously, as we can see over here, you've got all the station building off to the left, and just now you'll be able to jump on that, and various different options. It'll stop at resorts, and of course you'll be able to also get to Epcot's International Gateway from there as well. Of course, you've still got the friendship boats, you've got all the free coaches, and of course you've got the monorail that goes from Epcot and down to the Magic Kingdom resort area and park as well. So yeah, very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to the future, and thank you very much for watching. That means it's time to cue those credits. We'll see you at the next park.
We'll be right back.